All right, we are back in chapter 10 with a little bonus content here. What we're going to do is we're just going to talk about the discriminant, and I've talked to you guys a little bit about this in class. The discriminant is to determine how many solutions a quadratic, say a quadratic equation has. Okay, so this is going to be your b squared minus 4ac. And I said if this number underneath the square root is negative, it's going to have no solutions. There's one other part. If it's 0, there's going to be one solution, and that is we've seen that with our graphing. That's where the quadratic equation, the graph is sitting on the x-axis. So if this is all you guys need to know, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, two solutions. It's going to cross the x-axis. They're the x-intercepts. When we see solutions, we can also think of x-intercepts. Okay, if it's equal to 0, there's one solution, and if it's negative, so we have positive, 0, negative. If it's negative, there's no solution. So that's all we're doing today. Use a discriminant to figure out how many solutions that each one of these have. b squared minus 4ac, so 6 squared minus 4 times 2 times 5. Negative 4, no solution. B squared is 0, so 0 minus 4 times 1 times negative 7. Two solutions is positive. B squared, negative 12 squared, minus 4 times 9. And you have 0, so there would be one solution there. So that's all we're doing today. If it's not equal to 0, just make sure that you move the terms around so that it is equal to 0. So equation must equal 0 in order to do this. So before you start plugging in your numbers, just make sure you get everything on the same side. Not going to go through that. And then here's a word problem for you guys. We have this fountain in Chicago, shoots water. That can be modeled by the following equation, where x is the horizontal distance and y is the height. Does the water arc reach a height of 50 feet? If so, about how far from the north shore is the water arc 50 feet above? So y represents the height. Y is height. So they were wondering, does it reach a height of 50? So we're just going to plug in 50 in for y and then solve. Or we're going to check first to see if it actually does, because it doesn't make any sense in solving this if it doesn't. So I'm going to subtract 50, subtract 50. You're going to need a calculator for this because of all of the wonderful decimals they give you. Okay, so b squared minus 4 times a times c. So I'm going to grab my calculator here and punch that in and see what I get. 1.2 squared okay, 1.2 squared minus 4 times negative 0.006 times negative 40, and I'm getting 0.48. So yes, it does. Okay, now let's actually find the solution here. So I want to know, if so, well, how far? So I'm just going to solve this quadratic equation. So I have a, I have b, I have c. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. I've already done that. That was the discriminant right here. Here's my b squared minus 4ac. So I have that already done. All divided by 2 times a. So 2 times negative 0.006. Now one of these answers, I'm just going to do each one. Negative 1.2, I'm going to just use my calculator, plus the square root of 0.48. And then I'm going to divide that by, in parentheses, 2 times negative 0.006. And then 42.26. Okay, so there's going to be one of my answers. And then I'm going to do the other one. And I think the other one's going to be negative. So negative 1.2 minus the square root of 0.48. And then divide that by 2, in parentheses, 2 times negative 0.006. Actually, no, it's going to be 2 answers. 157.74. Now the reason why it's giving me two answers is because this function goes up and then down. Here's 50 feet, so it's going to hit it twice, once there and once there. So it's actually going to be 50 feet above the water twice. I thought maybe, yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking correctly. I was thinking of something else. So there you go. Double check here and make sure. If so, about how far from the north shore of the water? Yeah, we have two answers there. All right, so there we go. And if they want you to find the x-intercepts, it's the same thing as finding the solutions or the roots. So nothing new there. And that's all there is to the discriminant. There's your assignment. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and thank you for tuning in to this lesson.